We got our quarterback.
Yep. What do you think?
I'm excited. You know, we talk so much about the quarterback position, and at first I was thinking, oh, I want Justin Fields, Zach Wilson. But the more you watch the tape, Trey Lance has a combination of the tools and the mental capacity, right? Because with Justin, he doesn't check the ball down. Trey Lance isn't afraid to check the ball down.
That's my problem with Justin Fields. And you know Kyle Shanahan referenced that in his press conference.
Yes.
He did.
And on my last Cohn phone, I referenced how I was preparing for this pick, watching the Redskins 2012 with that dynamic offense that Kyle Shanahan created. And I'm fired up. Yes, you were speculating on what could we see with Trey Lance. Yes, we're going to see the pistol. We're going to see the QB power. We're going to see the read option. This offense is going to be dynamic, and I'm so excited for it. You're right. We might run the ball 60% of the time.
They might run for 3,000 yards like Baltimore did last year.
Yes.
Why would you not? And they're like, oh, Trey Lance doesn't throw that much. You know, he only threw like 16, 17, 18 times a game at North Dakota State. What do you think he's going to do here next season, man? They're not going to be throwing that much. They'll throw a little bit. They'll throw when they can, and he's going to have some really impressive play action bombs. But, dude, they're going to run the ball so much, so much, and they're going to be really good at it. He might be their best runner. This is the way Lamar Jackson is. That doesn't mean he's not a quarterback. He's just a freaky athlete, and people don't realize that.
Absolutely. And I love what you just said, because defenses are going to have to honor this run. We have a plethora of running backs. We're going to be rotating bodies. All these guys, Trey Sermon, Raheem Mostert, Jeff Wilson, you give them all 7 carries. If one of them's hot, you might ride the hot hand. But what was proven last year is we don't have a workhorse we could give 15, 20 carries. I wanted that to be Raheem last year, and he's just not that guy.
Yep, and you could knock Kyle for not winning the Super Bowls by not giving the ball to like a Leonard Fournette. Leonard Fournette iced that game for the Bucs, and in his 2 losses in the Super Bowl, he had leads in the second half and didn't have that kind of a running back, and that's kind of his fault. I mean, he liked those tiny little scat backs, and now it seems like he's evolving. I give him a ton of credit. Trey Sermon is way different, and he's the kind of guy who could win you a Super Bowl if you have the lead in the second half.
Absolutely. Hey, I want to touch on this corner we drafted from Michigan, Ambry Thomas. It feels a bit, I don't want to say boom or bust, but this guy's relatively unproven. He was a 1-year starter at Michigan. He was an opt-out. He's only had 57 targets on him, but he's got all the tools, right?
Yeah, that's good.
5'11". I saw PFF had him at 6 foot, whatever. But the 4.37, the 38-inch vertical, he's got all the tools to be a premier corner. It's just we haven't seen a ton of them.
And he has some ball production, right? He has some interceptions too. He's not just an athlete. He's intriguing. And when you're taking a corner at pick 102, you're probably going to have to take a guy like that. But hey, at least he's got the potential.
Yeah, there was that. I wonder in the press conference, John Lynch kept talking about that corner Adebo. It's like we didn't even pick this guy. He mentioned this guy Adebo 2 or 3 times. It's like
it's not on your team, dude.
We didn't get this guy, John.
Yeah, I know he went to Stanford, and you feel like a kinship with him, but he's on someone else's team. Yeah.
Hey, I'm fired up for Niner Nation. Shout out to all the Cohn heads. We got our QB, Grant. I'm gonna let this thing roll in. You have a good rest of your day.
Hey, to kick it off with some energy, because I'm over here like, hey man, I'm kind of tired.
Hey, you know what? Tired of that. I got it. Before I forget, I gotta let the Cohn heads know on my YouTube, Bay Area Baller 18. I did a breakdown on Kyle Shanahan and how he used the mobile RG3. So check it out on my YouTube. I was ahead of the game.
That's right. Check that out. And real quick before you go, I think what's cool about this run game, it's not going to be just like 2012. It's going to have a lot of that. But Trey Lance can also execute all the stuff that Jimmy does from under center. It's going to be the most diverse, voluminous run game we've ever seen. It's going to have everything.
It's absolutely evolved
crazy.
Because you weren't seeing the jet sweeps and a lot of the stuff that he's added into the offense recently. So this thing is going to be dynamic.
He's not only a pistol quarterback. You have to put him there sometime because he's going to be good at it. But you can put him under center too. The play action, the bootlegs. It's going to be so cool, man. I can't wait.
It's going to be fun.
Good to see you, man. Yeah, man.
All right,
good
Grant.
To see you.